As the Oklahoma City Thunder are prepared or preparing to take on the Dallas Mavericks on Tuesday night to kick off the second round for Oklahoma City, we now have to talk about a pivotal thing that we have to watch for in this series, something I know Dallas is aware of, I'm sure Oklahoma City is aware of, but they have to do this thing to be able to address it and prevent it from being a problem. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Thunder Up podcast, where we're going to talk about all things Thunder. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like, share it with your friends, and of course, join the discussion. Jump in the comments below. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear what you guys think. But I want to talk about specifically the bigs for the Mavericks. Lively, Gafford, Washington, and what this could potentially mean for Oklahoma. Because the Oklahoma City Thunder are not the, I'm going to say, best team in defending those bigs. We obviously know they're not the best team in the league in rebounding. And if you're the Dallas Mavericks, the Thunder have only really gotten one good look at you in that one game where the Dallas Mavericks beat the Thunder 146-111, right? That was the only game where we saw the Dallas Mavericks at full health. So for the Oklahoma City Thunder, you kind of ask yourself, I mean, do we know the Mavericks that well? And this is where I think the curiosity of how Dort and Shai and Giddey and these guys are going to be able to guard Luka and Kyrie and try to contain them will be. But the Dallas Mavericks have made some post-trade deadline acquisitions that I think are going to be pivotal in this series. And you look at Gafford and you look at PJ Washington, or you even look at Lively, and you look at how Dallas needs to be running the pick and rolls. They need to be running screens, getting those bigs in the paint, trying to switch Chet Holmgren up to the top of the key, getting those bigs past him, allowing them to get easy buckets. Because this is what I'm curious to see. Is Jalen Williams going to be able to stand his own with a Gafford or a Lively or a Washington? I know Chet Holmgren's going to do similar to what he did with the Pelicans, but as you saw with the Pelicans, they tried to create momentum multiple times by getting one over on Chet. Now, they failed many times, but I think Chet has to be aware of what they're going to try to do from him. They're going to try to draw him out of the painted area. And if they don't draw him out of the painted area, I'm curious to see, do they try to play physical? Like, how much of their physicality do they try to use with him? And I think if they get really physical with Chet and they're winning in that department, I kind of wonder if you have to put in a Biyombo or somebody like that. What kind of rotation minutes do they get to try to help with that defense a little bit? That's what I'm curious, and that's going to be what's pivotal for Oklahoma. They have to address those screens. And at the end of the day, like Dort, Shai, Giddey, those guys are going to play the best defense they can, try to lock down Luka and Kyrie. Kyrie's best ball handler in the league. Like, he's going to get around you. He's going to create those plays. That's what Kyrie does. And Kyrie has that experience in these playoffs, getting to the NBA Finals, to adapt to what the Thunder is going to be able to throw at him. Luka, on the other hand, I think you can try to frustrate him a little bit. And as I said in the previous video, get him to the point where he's complaining. He's playing lazy. Because if you can do that, then that opens up the ability not only for transition, but you can kind of try to take Luka out of the game a little bit. Now, you're not going to take him out of the full game, but you can try to take him out in moments. And so if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, winning the battle and the paint is going to be probably the most pivotal thing for the rest of the playoffs. Because I think the Dallas Mavericks are going to be a good introduction into one of the two teams you'd have to play in the Western Conference Finals, whether it's the Nuggets or the Timberwolves. Two teams that have great bigs that you're going to have to find answers for if you want to get to the NBA Finals. And so with the Dallas Mavericks, this is a good test. This is a team you should be able to beat. And it's a team that you can kind of, I feel like, tinker with a little bit, figure it out, because at the end of the day, they want to play at the same pace as you, but they don't create a whole lot of turnovers. And Oklahoma City plays really good defense. They create those turnovers. They get in transition. And as we talked about, Dallas is not good in transition. So if you can get into those spaces, it gives Oklahoma City the best shot to win the series, potentially in 5 or 6. So, guys, I want to hear from y'all. Make sure you're joining the discussion, jumping in the comments below. And if you have not already, make sure you hit that like and you hit that subscribe.